Hi there, this is the Kettering University Library, and today we want to walk you through the steps of locating engineering standards in the SAE Mobilus database. So to get started, you'll go to my.kettering.edu, click on Campus Resources, then choose Library from the drop-down. From our homepage underneath Welcome to the Library, you'll click that link to be taken to the library search. Now you can search your standards here, but we don't recommend it. The results can get a little muddled with standards in particular. So go to Databases A to Z at the top, and then you'll choose S, and then you'll choose SAE Mobilus to be taken to that database. So a couple things right off the get-go here is that you do need to follow the steps through the library's page to access our subscription. Otherwise, if you went straight to SAE yourself, you're going to have to create an account and pay to access all of the materials that we already are paying for, so don't do that. Okay, so you can search your topic right here in the box, but we already know where you're looking for standards, so I'm just going to click that link instead. And I say that because it will automatically populate some of the filters that we need. So technical standard or material specification, recommended practice, they're all things that you would want to click if you had taken the other route anyway. You can see here there's a little padlock, which means it's not part of our current subscription, but don't be completely turned off by that. What you can do then is if it's something that you need, and you can click on the title to get more information. If it is something that you need though for your project or your research as a student or faculty member, you can just email library@kettering.edu and we can purchase access just for you. So don't spend your extra money on that. Just contact the library first and see if it's something that we can get for you. If it's part of our subscription, it will have a check mark here. But you can also narrow it down by going to the filter on the left called Only, and then choose My Subscription. And that'll only pull up things that we currently have access to. So you can see here there's a little check mark, which means that it is part of our subscription. I'm going to search brake fluid in the standards to see what we can find. So we have all the filters on the left, which I'll go over a little bit more in just a second here. But there's also dates. So you can see hydraulic brake fluid, this standard is from 1964, so probably not going to be relevant for current vehicles. So what I like to do is go down to the publisher date range and update it when I'm helping someone else find standards. Now the top one that comes up is motor vehicle brake fluid from 2024, which is right on par with what we're looking for. So with this, we have some different options here over on the left-hand side. We can narrow it even further with other filters. And then if there are different authors that you're looking for, or organizations, or other formats, those will all be in these filters. And anytime you update any part of it, or click or unclick anything, it'll automatically update your results. So on this standard here, we can see it's a technical standard. We can see that it has a long number and it says current, which you'll want to keep in mind the currency of the document. Sometimes it'll say historical, and that means it's an old version that has been updated. So for the work world in particular, and even for your projects here at Kettering, you're going to want to use the current standard. All right, so the number here, the first half of that is the standard number itself. The second half is the date that it was updated. So J1703 goes back to the 40s actually. And then anytime it's updated, they change this portion. So this is March of 2024, which also tells you that over here. We have a couple options here, which I'll go over on the next page. But you can see that there's a description, and then there's which committee oversees that standard. So you can click on it to be taken to the standard itself. Over on the right-hand side are some of the historical versions that I had mentioned. And you can look back through them. If you open it up, it'll show you what the standard used to be. Right here we have our print, we have download, and we have some other options as well. You can also download right here. So the description will give you a lot of information, the scope, like what it's actually about, why it was updated, different tags, the DOI number, and then other citation information below. When you click on view, it'll automatically default to the document itself. But you have the option of looking at redlining. And redlining is basically when there are changes from a previous version, it shows you what those changes were. So if I click on redline and then I click the latest version before this one, It'll take just a moment to load, and then it'll show me what was different. So instead of being the current number, it was the previous number. So it crosses out anything that is different from the current version. Can be really helpful if you're comparing in particular. And then we can click on datasets to access the Excel datasets that were used in the creation and update of this standard, and we can use them ourselves. And then we have citation, which is just copy and paste. You can put it right into your own work. So let's go ahead and download this document so you can see what that's going to look like. And it looks very similar to what you saw in your browser, which you can still read it all in the browser, but a lot of people need to save it or want to print it. And this can really help you with that. So one of the things that I'll note is the number that it supersedes. So whichever one was the last one, it tells you what was last. It tells you when it was initially issued, which is 1946, and then the most recent update. And it gives you all the information that you need about it. So we hope that this helps you. And if you need other standards or need help searching, we're always here to help. Just email library@kettering.edu. Have a great day.